Chapter 1: The Tale of the Whispering Woods. The heavy rain drummed against the windows of Scott's log house, echoing through the quiet mountain forest like a symphony of nature's fury. Scott, a man of gentle demeanor, found solace in the rhythmic patter as he stoked the crackling fire in the hearth. Little did he know that this stormy night would bring an unexpected guest and a series of tales that would forever linger in his mind. As the chime of the log house echoed through the wooden halls, Scott's curiosity piqued. Opening the door, he was met with the sight of a drenched figure huddled under the eaves. "Please," the stranger pleaded, "may I take shelter from the storm?" Scott, ever kind-hearted, welcomed the weary traveler inside. The guest introduced himself as Alex, his hoarse voice tinged with a faint German accent. Scott noticed the peculiar glint in Alex's eyes, hinting at untold stories waiting to be shared. Throughout the night, as the rain continued its relentless assault on the forest, Alex spun tales that seemed to blur the lines between reality and fantasy. Each story unfolded like a thread in the intricate tapestry of his imagination. Story 1: The Tale of the Whispering Woods. In the heart of the forest, where the trees stood tall and proud, there lay a secret known only to those who dared to listen. It was said that the woods themselves possessed a voice, a whispering melody that spoke of ancient mysteries and forgotten truths. Long ago, a young maiden ventured into the depths of the forest, her heart filled with curiosity and wonder. As she walked among the towering trees, she heard the faintest of whispers, like the gentle rustling of leaves in the breeze. Intrigued, she followed the elusive sound deeper into the woods, where shafts of moonlight danced among the branches like ethereal spirits. With each step, the whispers grew louder, weaving a tale of love and loss, of triumph and tragedy. Finally, she reached a clearing bathed in silvery light, where an ancient oak stood sentinel over the land. It was there that she discovered the source of the whispers, a hidden grove where the spirits of the forest gathered to share their stories with those who would listen. From that day forth, the young maiden became a guardian of the whispering woods, her spirit forever intertwined with the ancient trees. And though the years passed like fleeting shadows, the whispers remained, a reminder of the timeless magic that dwelled within the heart of the forest. As Alex's tale came to an end, Scott found himself drawn into the enchanting world of the whispering woods. The rain continued to drum against the windows, but within the warmth of the log house, a spark of wonder ignited in his soul. Little did he know that the night was still young, and many more tales awaited in the embrace of the storm. Chapter 2: The Legend of the Silver Lake. As the fire crackled in the hearth, casting dancing shadows across the room, Alex leaned forward, his eyes gleaming with anticipation. "Ah, but that was just the beginning," he exclaimed, his voice tinged with excitement. "There are many more tales to be told on this stormy night." With a nod from Scott, urging him to continue, Alex settled back into his seat, ready to weave another tapestry of words and wonder. Story 2: The Legend of the Silver Lake. Legend has it that nestled deep within the heart of the mountain forest lies a hidden treasure beyond compare. It is said that the Silver Lake, with its waters as clear as crystal and its shores bathed in moonlight, holds the key to untold riches and eternal youth. Many have sought the lake's elusive shores, drawn by the promise of wealth and immortality. But few have ever returned, their tales lost to the whispers of the wind and the shifting shadows of the forest. Among those brave souls was a young adventurer named Elena, whose heart burned with a fierce determination to uncover the lake's secrets. Armed with nothing but a map drawn by a long-forgotten sage, she embarked on a perilous journey into the unknown. Through dense thickets and treacherous terrain, Elena pressed onward, her resolve unyielding in the face of danger. And finally, after days of relentless pursuit, she stumbled upon the Silver Lake, its surface shimmering like liquid silver in the light of the full moon. But as she approached the water's edge, a voice whispered on the wind, warning her of the lake's ancient guardians. Undeterred, Elena plunged into the icy depths, her fingers closing around the precious jewels that lay hidden beneath the surface. Yet as she emerged from the water, she found herself transformed, her youth restored, and her spirit renewed. For in that moment, she had become one with the magic of the Silver Lake, a living testament to the power of dreams and the resilience of the human heart. As Alex's tale came to a close, Scott found himself transported to a world of mystery and enchantment. The rain continued to fall outside, but within the confines of the log house, time seemed to stand still, suspended in the spellbinding allure of the stories yet to be told. Chapter 3: The Song of the Lost Wanderer. With the fire casting flickering shadows on the walls, Alex's voice took on a hypnotic quality, drawing Scott deeper into the realm of imagination. Story 3: The Song of the Lost Wanderer. In the heart of the forest, where the trees whispered secrets to the wind, there lived a wanderer known only as the songbird. He roamed the land with a lute slung over his shoulder and a melody in his heart, his soul forever restless beneath the canopy of stars. One fateful night, as the moon cast its silver glow upon the earth, the songbird stumbled upon a clearing bathed in celestial light. There, amidst the glow of fireflies and the rustle of leaves, he beheld a sight that would forever haunt his dreams. A maiden, her voice as sweet as honey and her eyes as deep as the ocean, stood beneath a blossoming cherry tree, her laughter echoing through the night like a symphony of joy. Entranced by her beauty, the songbird approached, his heart pounding with a mixture of longing and desire. But as he drew closer, a shadow fell across the clearing, and the maiden vanished into thin air, leaving behind nothing but the faint echo of her laughter. Bewildered and alone, the songbird searched the forest for days on end, his lute ringing with sorrowful melodies that spoke of love lost and dreams unfulfilled. And though he never found the maiden who had captured his heart, the songbird's music lived on, a testament to the power of love and the resilience of the human spirit. For even in the darkest of nights, when the world seemed shrouded in shadow, his songs carried hope and light to all who would listen. As Alex's tale faded into the silence of the night, Scott felt a pang of bittersweet, longing tug at his heart. The rain continued to patter against the windows, a symphony of sound that seemed to echo the emotions stirred by the stories of love and loss. And as he gazed into the dancing flames of the fire, he couldn't help but wonder what other secrets the stormy night held in store. Chapter 4: The Guardian of the Moonlit Glen. The log house seemed to shrink in the embrace of the storm as Alex's voice wove tales that blurred the lines between reality and fantasy. Story 4: The Guardian of the Moonlit Glen. In a forgotten corner of the forest, where the moon cast its silver glow upon the earth, there dwelled a creature of legend known as the Moonlit Guardian. With fur as white as snow and eyes that gleamed like precious gems, she watched over the glen with a fierce protectiveness born of ancient magic. Many whispered tales were told of the Guardian, of her unwavering devotion to the land and its inhabitants. But none had ever glimpsed her elusive form, for she moved through the shadows like a ghost, her presence known only by the soft rustle of leaves and the echo of her haunting song. One moonlit night, as the stars danced in the velvet sky and the scent of wildflowers hung heavy in the air, a traveler stumbled upon the glen, his heart heavy with sorrow and his spirit weary from the trials of the world. Drawn by the ethereal beauty of the moonlit clearing, he approached with cautious steps, his eyes wide with wonder. And there, amidst the whispering trees and the gentle hum of insects, he beheld the Guardian, her form bathed in the soft glow of moonlight. With a voice as sweet as honey and eyes filled with ancient wisdom, she spoke of the cycles of life and the eternal dance of the stars. And as the traveler listened, his heart grew light with hope, for he knew that he had found solace in the embrace of the Guardian's love. From that day forth, the traveler returned to the moonlit glen whenever his soul grew heavy with the burdens of the world. And though the years passed like fleeting shadows, he found peace in the knowledge that he was never truly alone, for the Guardian watched over him with a love that transcended time and space. As Alex's tale came to an end, Scott felt a sense of awe wash over him like a gentle breeze. The rain continued to fall outside, but within the warmth of the log house, he found comfort in the knowledge that even in the darkest of nights, there were guardians of light waiting to guide the way. Chapter 5: The Ghosts of Ravenswood Manor. As the fire crackled and the rain continued its relentless assault on the forest, Alex leaned forward, his eyes glittering with mischief. Story 5: The Ghosts of Ravenswood Manor. Deep within the heart of the mountain forest, shrouded in mist and mystery, stood Ravenswood Manor, a place haunted by the echoes of the past. Once a grand estate teeming with life and laughter, it now lay abandoned, its halls filled with whispers of long-forgotten secrets. Legend had it that Ravenswood Manor was cursed, its walls steeped in tragedy and despair. Many tales were told of the ghosts that roamed its corridors, their tortured souls bound to the earth by the weight of unfinished business and unresolved grievances. One stormy night, a group of brave souls ventured into the depths of the forest, their hearts filled with equal parts curiosity and trepidation. With lanterns held aloft and courage as their guide, they approached the crumbling ruins of Ravenswood Manor, determined to uncover the truth behind its haunted halls. As they stepped through the threshold, a chill wind swept through the air, carrying with it the faint scent of decay and the distant wail of unseen spirits. Undeterred, they pressed onward, their footsteps echoing against the cold stone floors as they delved deeper into the heart of darkness. But as they explored the abandoned chambers and forgotten passages, they soon realized that they were not alone. Shadows flitted through the darkness, whispers danced on the edge of hearing, and a sense of dread hung heavy in the air like a shroud. And then, in the flickering light of their lanterns, they saw them, the ghosts of Ravenswood Manor, their ethereal forms drifting through the mist like wraiths in the night. With hollow eyes and mournful cries, they reached out to the living, their fingers brushing against flesh with a touch as cold as death itself. But instead of fear, the brave souls felt a sense of compassion stir within their hearts, for they knew that the ghosts were not monsters to be feared, but lost souls in need of redemption. And as they reached out to the spirits with words of comfort and understanding, they felt the weight of centuries of sorrow begin to lift from the haunted halls of Ravenswood Manor. As Alex's tale came to a close, Scott shivered despite the warmth of the fire, the hairs on the back of his neck standing on end. The rain continued to fall outside, a somber accompaniment to the ghostly tales that lingered in the air like the faint echo of a long-forgotten melody. And as he glanced around the dimly lit room, he couldn't help but wonder what other secrets lay hidden in the depths of the stormy night. Chapter 6: The Keeper of the Enchanted Grove. With each tale that Alex spun, the boundaries between reality and fantasy seemed to blur, enveloping Scott in a world of wonder and mystery. Story 6: The Keeper of the Enchanted Grove. In a secluded corner of the forest, where the trees whispered secrets to the wind and the air was thick with the scent of magic, there stood an enchanted grove untouched by the passage of time. It was said that within its leafy embrace dwelled a creature of boundless wisdom and ancient power, the keeper of the grove. With eyes as old as the earth itself and a heart that beat in time with the rhythm of the seasons, the keeper watched over the grove with a gentle hand and a watchful gaze. For centuries untold, she had stood sentinel over the land, her presence a beacon of hope and light in a world shrouded in darkness. Many sought the wisdom of the keeper, drawn by tales of her mystical powers and the secrets that lay hidden within the grove. But few were deemed worthy to enter her domain, for the path to enlightenment was fraught with peril and the journey filled with trials of both body and soul. One fateful day, a young traveler stumbled upon the grove, his heart heavy with sorrow and his spirit weary from the trials of the world. Guided by a whisper on the wind and a glimmer of light in the darkness, he ventured forth into the heart of the enchanted forest, his eyes alight with wonder and his soul ablaze with hope. And there, amidst the dappled sunlight and the rustle of leaves, he beheld the keeper, her form bathed in the soft glow of moonlight and her eyes ablaze with the fire of creation. With a voice as gentle as a summer breeze and a touch as light as a feather, she spoke of the cycles of life and the eternal dance of the stars, imparting to him the wisdom of the ages and the secrets of the universe. And as the young traveler listened, his heart filled with a sense of peace and understanding, for he knew that he had found solace in the embrace of the keeper's love. From that day forth, he walked the path of enlightenment with a lightness of spirit and a clarity of mind, his soul forever bound to the enchanted grove and the mystical creature who dwelled within its depths. As Alex's tale faded into the silence of the night, Scott felt a sense of awe wash over him like a gentle tide. The rain continued to fall outside, a symphony of sound that seemed to echo the timeless melody of the keeper's song. And as he closed his eyes and let the magic of the moment wash over him, he knew that he had experienced something truly extraordinary, a glimpse into the boundless depths of the human spirit and the limitless possibilities of the world beyond. Chapter 7: The Dance of the Northern Lights. With each tale, Alex's storytelling prowess seemed to grow, enchanting Scott with the magic of his words. Story 7: The Dance of the Northern Lights. Far to the north, where the sky meets the earth in a blaze of color and light, there lies a land of endless winter and eternal wonder. It is a place where the spirits of the wild roam free, and the aurora dances across the heavens in a symphony of shimmering hues, a place known as the land of the northern lights. In this frozen realm, where the air crackles with electricity and the snow glistens like diamonds in the moonlight, there lived a tribe of nomadic hunters known as the Children of the Aurora. For generations, they had called this land home, their lives intertwined with the rhythms of nature and the magic of the northern lights. Legend had it that once a year, when the winter solstice cast its longest shadow upon the land, the spirits of the aurora would descend from the heavens to join the tribespeople in a dance of light and shadow. It was a celebration unlike any other, a time when the boundaries between the mortal world and the realm of the spirits grew thin, and the mysteries of the universe were laid bare for all to see. One such winter solstice, a young hunter named Kaya stood atop a snow-capped peak, her eyes alight with wonder as she beheld the spectacle unfolding before her. With each twist and turn of the northern lights, she felt her spirit soar on wings of purest joy, her heart beating in time with the rhythm of the dance. And as the night wore on and the aurora reached its crescendo, Kaya found herself swept up in the magic of the moment, her body moving in perfect harmony with the swirling patterns of light and shadow. For in that fleeting instant, she knew that she was a part of something greater than herself, a thread in the tapestry of life that connected all living things in a web of love and unity. And though the dance of the northern lights lasted but a single night, its memory lingered in the hearts of the children of the aurora for generations to come, a testament to the enduring power of love and the timeless beauty of the natural world. As Alex's tale came to a close, Scott felt a sense of wonder wash over him like a gentle tide. The rain continued to fall outside, a reminder of the ever-changing nature of the world, but within the warmth of the log house, he found solace in the knowledge that some things, like the dance of the northern lights, would forever remain unchanged. Chapter 8: The Sands of Time. As the fire crackled in the hearth, casting flickering shadows on the walls, Alex's voice took on a mesmerizing quality, drawing Scott deeper into the realm of imagination. Story 8: The Sands of Time. In a distant land, where the desert stretched as far as the eye could see and the sun beat down with relentless intensity, there stood an ancient temple shrouded in mystery and legend. It was said that within its hallowed halls lay the sands of time, a mystical substance capable of granting immortality to those who possessed it. For centuries, adventurers and explorers had sought the temple, their hearts filled with greed and their minds consumed by the promise of eternal life. But few had ever returned, their bodies lost to the shifting sands and their souls trapped within the labyrinthine corridors of the temple. Among those who dared to venture into the desert was a wise sage named Arjun, his heart pure and his intentions noble. Guided by a vision of the temple that had come to him in a dream, he set forth into the desert, his spirit undeterred by the dangers that lay ahead. Through scorching heat and biting winds, Arjun pressed onward, his determination unwavering in the face of adversity. And finally, after days of relentless pursuit, he beheld the temple rising from the sands like a mirage in the desert, its golden spires gleaming in the light of the setting sun. But as he stepped through the ancient doors and into the depths of the temple, Arjun knew that the path to immortality would not be an easy one. For the sands of time were guarded by powerful spirits and deadly traps, their presence a testament to the sanctity of the treasure they protected. Undeterred, Arjun pressed onward, his resolve strengthened by the knowledge that he fought not for himself, but for the greater good of all mankind. And as he finally reached the chamber where the sands of time lay hidden, he beheld a sight that took his breath away, a shimmering pool of golden sand, glowing with an inner light that seemed to defy explanation. With trembling hands, Arjun reached out and scooped up a handful of the sands of time, feeling its warm embrace envelop him like a lover's caress. And as he held the precious substance in his palm, he knew that he had achieved what so many had failed to do. He had unlocked the secret of immortality, not for his own sake, but for the betterment of all humanity. As Alex's tale came to a close, Scott felt a sense of awe wash over him like a wave crashing against the shore. The rain continued to fall outside, a reminder of the ever-changing nature of the world, but within the confines of the log house, he found solace in the knowledge that some secrets were meant to be discovered and some treasures meant to be shared with the world. Chapter 9: The Phoenix's Flight. With the warmth of the fire embracing them and the rain drumming a steady beat outside, Alex's tales continued to captivate Scott's imagination. Story 9: The Phoenix's Flight. In the heart of a distant land, where the sun blazed like a fiery orb in the sky and the air shimmered with the heat of the desert, there dwelled a creature of legend known as the Phoenix. With feathers as bright as flames and eyes that gleamed like molten gold, she soared through the heavens on wings of purest light, her presence a beacon of hope in a world plagued by darkness. It was said that the Phoenix was born from the ashes of her predecessor, rising anew each time her fiery spirit was extinguished by the ravages of time. For centuries, she had watched over the land with a watchful eye and a fierce determination, her soul forever bound to the eternal cycle of life, death, and rebirth. But as the years passed and the world grew darker, the Phoenix sensed that her time was drawing near, her wings heavy with the weight of age and her spirit weary from the trials of the world. And so, she embarked on a journey to find a worthy successor, one who would carry on her legacy and keep the flame of hope burning bright in the hearts of all who dwelled in the land. Many sought to claim the title of the Phoenix's heir, their hearts filled with greed and their minds clouded by ambition. But none were deemed worthy to inherit her mantle, for the path to greatness was not one of power or privilege, but of humility and compassion. And then, one fateful day, a humble shepherd named Asher stumbled upon the Phoenix as she rested atop a rocky outcrop, her wings outstretched to catch the warm rays of the sun. With eyes wide with wonder and heart filled with reverence, he approached the majestic creature, his spirit touched by her beauty and grace. And as he knelt before her, offering a simple gesture of respect and admiration, the Phoenix knew that she had found her successor. For in Asher's eyes, she saw the spark of greatness, the flicker of hope that would one day ignite into a flame capable of illuminating the darkest corners of the world. With a gentle touch of her beak, the Phoenix bestowed upon Asher the gift of immortality, her spirit merging with his in a blaze of light and color. And as they soared through the heavens together, their hearts filled with joy and wonder, they knew that they were bound together for all eternity, united in purpose and destiny. As Alex's tale came to a close, Scott felt a sense of wonder wash over him like a gentle breeze. The rain continued to fall outside, but within the confines of the log house, he found solace in the knowledge that even in the darkest of times, there was always hope, a spark of light waiting to ignite into a flame that would never be extinguished. Chapter 10: The Tale of Two Worlds. As the night wore on and the fire crackled in the hearth, Alex's storytelling reached its climax, weaving a tale that transcended time and space. Story 10: The Tale of Two Worlds. In a realm beyond the bounds of mortal comprehension, where the fabric of reality twisted and turned like a river of dreams, there existed two worlds, one of light and one of darkness, forever locked in an eternal struggle for supremacy. At the heart of this cosmic conflict stood two beings of immense power and infinite wisdom, the guardian of light and the keeper of shadows. For eons untold, they had waged war against each other, their armies clashing on the battlefield of the cosmos as the fate of all creation hung in the balance. But as the eons passed and the cycle of conflict continued unabated, a new hope emerged, a prophecy foretold of a chosen one, a being of pure heart and indomitable spirit, who would rise from the ashes of destruction to unite the two worlds in a new era of peace and prosperity. And so, the guardian and the keeper searched the vast expanse of the universe, seeking out the one destined to fulfill the prophecy and bring an end to the age-old conflict. And finally, after countless lifetimes spent searching, they found him, a humble soul named Elijah, whose heart burned with a fire that could not be extinguished and whose spirit radiated with a light that pierced the darkest depths of the void. With the fate of two worlds hanging in the balance, Elijah embarked on a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment, his path fraught with peril and his resolve tested at every turn. But through sheer determination and unwavering faith, he overcame every obstacle in his path, drawing closer to his destiny with each step he took. And as the final battle loomed on the horizon, Elijah stood at the precipice of eternity, his heart filled with courage and his soul ablaze with purpose. With the guardian and the keeper at his side, he faced the forces of darkness head-on, his spirit a beacon of hope in a sea of despair. And in the end, as the dust settled and the echoes of battle faded into the void, Elijah emerged victorious, his heart overflowing with triumph and his spirit soaring on wings of purest light. For he had fulfilled the prophecy and united the two worlds in a new era of harmony and balance, his name forever etched in the annals of history as the savior of all creation. As Alex's tale came to a close, Scott felt a sense of awe wash over him like a tidal wave. The rain continued to fall outside, but within the warmth of the log house, he knew that he had witnessed something truly extraordinary, a tale of heroism and sacrifice, of love and redemption that would linger in his heart long after the storm had passed. And as he gazed into the dancing flames of the fire, he couldn't help but wonder what other adventures awaited him in the boundless expanse of the universe. Epilogue: Echoes of the Night. As the first light of dawn filtered through the dense canopy of the mountain forest, Scott awoke to find the log house cloaked in a serene stillness. The crackling fire had dimmed to glowing embers, casting a warm, golden hue upon the wooden walls. But of Alex, the mysterious storyteller who had shared tales of wonder and enchantment throughout the stormy night, there was no sign. With a sense of unease gnawing at his heart, Scott stepped outside into the crisp morning air, his eyes scanning the clearing for any trace of his unexpected guest. But the forest remained silent, save for the gentle rustle of leaves and the distant murmur of a nearby stream. For a moment, Scott wondered if it had all been a dream, the tales spun by the firelight, the whispers of magic that had filled the air, the presence of a stranger who seemed to vanish into the night like a phantom in the mist. But as he glanced back at the log house, its sturdy walls standing as a silent witness to the events of the previous night, he knew that it had been real, a fleeting glimpse into a world of imagination and wonder that existed beyond the boundaries of his own. And though Alex was nowhere to be found, his stories lingered in the air like echoes of the night, leaving behind a sense of longing and curiosity that refused to be ignored. For in the brief moments they had shared, Scott had glimpsed the limitless possibilities of the human spirit and the boundless depths of the universe, and he knew that he would carry the memory of that night with him forever. With a sigh, Scott turned back toward the log house, his heart heavy with the weight of unanswered questions and unspoken farewells. But as he crossed the threshold and stepped into the warmth of the fire-lit interior, he felt a spark of hope ignite within him, a belief that somewhere out there, in the vast expanse of the world, he would one day meet Alex again, and together they would embark on a new adventure, bound by the magic of stories yet untold. And as the rain continued to fall outside, washing away the traces of the night and heralding the dawn of a new day, Scott knew that no matter where life's journey led him, he would always carry with him the memory of that stormy night in the mountain forest, where dreams took flight and the line between reality and fantasy blurred into nothingness.